How you doing? Welcome back. It is October. Wow. I am here with some Vietnamese coffee. Today we are vlogging about how much does it cost to live in the Philippines a month, going home, how long am I going to stay, the Filipino peso, just visa runs, can't forget that. A lot going on. I mean, I've been here a long time. I believe it's been about 188 days, if I'm not mistaken. So this last month, I kind of thought to myself, I should try to narrow in on what it costs me to be in the Philippines per month. When I first got here, of course, I stayed in Manila, and then I've stayed a couple months in a motel, hotel thing here. Both pretty cheap. I mean, the apartment in Manila was about $400 a month, maybe a little more because you have to pay for the electricity. The same goes along with the I believe it would be hotel, if I'm not mistaken. It was $325 a month, but again, I had to pay about $65-70 for the using the AC and whatnot. So again, close to 100 a week. And then of course, as you see behind me, I stay over here with my girlfriend, and her rent's pretty cheap, maybe about $150 a month. So a lot of people ask me, I mean, you could rent a pretty nice apartment in the Philippines for about $200 to $350 a month, especially if you go out of Manila. I mean, a expensive apartment over here is about $500 a month. I mean, only people really paying that would be, maybe foreigners or even, professionals. I don't know. It's hard because, you can rent houses and 2 and 3 bedroom apartments, 10, 11, 15,000 pesos, which, speaking earlier of the peso, I mean, it's like $280 a month. I mean, that's pretty cheap. Finally found some more Vietnamese Robusto coffee, so enjoying that here. When am I going home? It's a very interesting question. I frankly don't know. I have stuff I could deal with going home. One, the storage unit where all my stuff is sitting. I at some point I'm gonna have to deal with it. It's been sitting, actually, I've been traveling for 11 months now, so, I feel like I should deal with it at some point. Also, so my passport will expire now in, I don't know, 10 months, something like that, and I got to start dealing with that at about 6 months. So there's that. I'm not sure if I'm going to trying to deal with that here in the Philippines, or if I'm going to, maybe deal with it, back in the United States. An interesting snag with this is if you travel internationally at all, you know that most countries won't allow you to enter without 6 months stay on your passport available, plus of course pages so they can add stamps and all that good stuff. So it's something I definitely will have to deal with. I have a bunch of stuff in my storage unit. Again, I feel like maybe it's gonna go bad. Batteries just kind of will just go dead and won't recharge, stuff like that. I mean, I don't have anything that, valuable in there per se, just stuff I would hate to see go bad. I don't know. But, I think about living here, and I think about going back. It's really a strange one. I ran across another foreigner. It says, he just kind of exits every 6 months or whatnot, and on this routine. Um, I don't know. Maybe that will be what happens. But actually, what's really going on, and I know this from I spent a long time in Tijuana, back maybe in 2000. Man, it must be 2014, 15, 16, somewhere in there. But the longer I stay out, the more that I become a foreigner in the United States, which is also a problem. I mean, even high stakes Danny, which is still here in the Philippines, is thinking about just doing a visa run and maybe staying. But he is scheduled to be going home. I believe it's mid-November, November 16th. Jeffy Poo, he flies over here on Monday to Saigon, and then he will start kind of making his way around, as I believe he's got a 30-day stay in Vietnam, and then I believe he goes to Thailand, and he'll probably make his way over here. So he'll probably 2 months, maybe 3 or 4 months, he'll make his way over here, and this is the first time he will be in Southeast Asia. I remember the first time I made it to China, that was my first, stopping point. Shenzhen, China was the first place I sat foot in Asia. And, I remember going, wow, this is a lot different than even I thought. And here I am now, going on month 7 and 8, and trying to, really ask myself, really how much longer will I stay? I think after a year, I got this iCard thing that they give you if you stay, a couple months, tourist card. You can use for ID, so you don't really have to carry around your passport, which I don't carry around my passport. I don't think I've ever had to show my passport in any situation, Mexico or here. And so I generally, as a rule, don't carry it, because what happens if it falls out of your pocket? What happens if you're mugged? It's like, the passport is probably the most powerful thing you're carrying on you. So I generally try to leave it someplace safe. That being said, it's hard to know what's safe, right? So hold on, this coffee's getting cold and we got a lot to talk about. The Filipino peso here is against the dollar. I mean, it's trading at 58.59. I wonder if it goes to 60. I took out some money out of the ATM, kind of going, wow, this is a pretty good deal. That being said, circling back, one of my favorite lines. The cost for me to live here seems to be hovering around the $1,100-$1,200, depending on if I stay in a motel. We even did some traveling this last month, where I wrote down everything that I spent, and I believe it was just under $1,200 with the travel, and these are with my, U.S. expenses. Like I said, I still paid storage in the United States, which some people would argue is stupid. Jeffy Poo just sold all his stuff, gave all his stuff away. And I thought to myself, wow, that seems a little silly, because, even like right now, I could be thinking, wow, I could be here for years, and I could. I mean, I don't know what I would go back for the United States for. I mean, there's a few things I could do, but I filed my taxes over here. I got that out of the way. The costs are just going up, so I don't know what it would be like to even go back and rent an apartment. If anything, to go to the United States, I would maybe like to buy some clothes and stuff. I mean, they have clothes that fit me over here, but I mean, I'm 6'4". If you have an interesting thing, if you don't know, like shoe size, and I get kind of lucky because as tall as I am, I have maybe smallish feet, so I have like 10 and a half, and that's kind of the cutoff for what's available in Asia in general for shoe size, and shoes maybe be a little on the high side. I mean, go to the Nike store in the United States, you probably find some pretty nice shoes for $69, $79. Here you are probably paying 100 plus probably for Adidas or Nikes or whatnot. A good pair of shoes, you're probably paying over $100. May look at when I do a visa run. Again, I'm not sure when that is going to happen, or sorry, I do know when that's going to happen over the next 45 days-ish, maybe a little less, but whether I go to Bangkok, which there's lots of shopping, or if I go to Saigon, which there's lots of shopping for knockoffs. It's hilarious watching the foreigners in Saigon wearing their Adidas knockoffs, and all their stuff. I mean, some of the knockoffs are pretty nice, honestly, but they're pretty cheaply made, so you get a little wear out of them, but it comes apart pretty fast. Actually, I got a backpack there, a North Face backpack from Saigon, a knockoff. I bought all the sizes, actually. I was like, wow, they were pretty cheap. And this backpack actually fell apart pretty quickly. I had a couple repairs done on it during my time in Tijuana, and it held up for a little longer. I kind of like this backpack, but it did fall apart. Its usage was a little disappointing, but I like the backpack. But the knockoffs are, that seems to be Saigon's thing. But if anything, thing that kind of, is bugging me is, I've been traveling 11 months now. I left my apartment in El Paso in November of last year, and I don't live anywhere. I did like my apartment in El Paso. They were raising the prices on me, and they 30 days notice, they wanted more, and I thought to myself, wow, I would just rather live on the beach in Ensenada, for a couple $100 less. So, and the car, the car insurance was going up, and I really didn't want to put more money into the car. So, really, the cost wasn't really worth that much to me. So, I figured, I'll just move over to Mexico. And actually, I got contacted about 3 days ago from another reporter wanting to talk about Tijuana. And, frankly, and I say this, I want to make this clear because a lot of people have watched my Tijuana content. I really love Tijuana, Mexico. I think it's unfortunate that it's being brought down with a lot of the problems that are there. I still think that if, Tijuana is a pretty good solution the Mexican food's amazing, but I mean, in general, I kind of just thought to myself, well, the prices are going up there too. I mean, a friend of mine that emails me a lot uh, gives me some of the prices that they're trying to get for some of these places, and it's just, frankly, people that are doing money grabs. I mean, I was kind of looking at, again, if you kind of follow my videos, I was staying in South Ensenada, uh, and I was paying about 600 for an apartment. It was a nice apartment, and Tijuana is kind of the same thing. The time I was there, I had a few months where the penthouse or whatnot was really cheap, and that worked out well because around Christmas time work could be a little slow, but I found this place 600 a month, and I figured I wanted ready to go over to Asia. Danny was finally retired, and he had been wanting to do some traveling with me because before the pandemic, I was in Saigon for over Christmas, and I thought, wow, that was really nice. So I figured I would be back to Asia. And then Mike Pompeo says, oh, all foreigners need to come back. The big C was coming on and stuff like that. So, I wasn't sure what to do. So I guess to be safe, I went on back. And so I wasn't sure when I was going to be back. But here I am, and going on month 7. I guess in the back of my mind, I guess I have a year in mind. I've, got the girl I'm hanging out with. It's been really good. I went to her mom's birthday, and really been really good to me, and so I really think to myself, wow, what do I do? It'll be interesting as we go on here. And I'm gonna vlog about no matter what happens. If I go back, vlog about if I stay, what I deal with, vlog about it. I remember standing in Angeles City last week at the mall where I was about 4 years ago, standing just about in that exact place, looking out at Angeles City going, wow, I don't even believe I'm back. It's been a long time. It's amazing as the time is passing, and and how the world is changing and the different things that are going on. So there's that, and so we'll just see what happens. 85 days till Christmas, which of course, the holiday season is in full swing over here. And I guess until next video, thank you all for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, getting hundreds of comments. The traffic on my channels has been pretty amazing. I mean, we're getting several hundreds of thousands of hits at this point, and shorts. I'm doing a lot of shorts. I want to do more vlog content, but doing my best to work and travel and post videos and all the above, and see what happens. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.